it would be better to be in the province. Why? Because it's very peaceful and just easy going there. Like the life is very slow paced, and you are able to give yourself a very good peace of mind. You get to know more about yourself, know more about the people you love. And can I just talk about the nature and the scenery there? Like it's absolutely breathtaking. However, that doesn't mean that that's all gonna be good things. Like just same with big cities, like it's good to be there, easy access to anywhere.
Hi folks, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and for today's video, we'll be talking about the changes in the Philippines and of course the inflation and some of the things that might benefit you guys when you are interested to come here in the Philippines. So without further ado, let's get started. So the first question is that then for the past few years, they said that the Philippines have changed so much. Like, what they mean about this? Is this the people that are changing, or the infrastructure, or the prices?
Hello everyone. So now that we are talking about change, I think it's important to look at the importance of change. So from what I've seen, the world is fast-paced, changing, and we're trying our best to adapt to it. Now, what I can say is that our lives are a lot easier now in terms of innovation and our actions. Like the best example for this is transportation, because with the use of Google Maps, which I use, it is a huge help for me for going through places that I don't know the right direction, and with the use of like technology and virtual help, it really does enhance my capabilities to know which what I am in need to do. So in terms of infrastructure as well, like there are many buildings now, many um, places to be. So I think that we are changing for the better.
And how about the people? They said that we are adopted to the Western culture. It's so strange for foreigners because they don't actually somehow like their culture. So they don't want the Filipino to actually change the way it is. So do you think your attitude or yourself has been adapted as well to the Western culture, or what can you say about it?
Okay, so thank you. My thoughts are I don't think that we are changing ourselves into be what Western culture is. I think it's important to take note that we are just embracing and celebrating what the Western culture is. So as Filipinos, we have our own culture, and from the past, the traditions, the our what our ancestors were doing are still up to date now. And I don't think that we have changed ourselves into the Western culture, but it's important to know that there are some instances where we can definitely say that the Western culture has influenced us, but change, I don't think so.
So since we talk about the changes, if there could be a foreigner that want to visit here in the Philippines, what do you think is the best place for them to retire? Do you think a city, which is very more convenient when it comes to their health and other things, or in a province that could help them have peace of mind?
So there's definitely pros and cons to both. And I think in any place that we would like ourselves to be in, there are always going to be pros and cons. So personally, I would choose the province because the province just has that very peaceful and easygoing vibe. And with the province, it's slow paced, and you get more time for yourself with your loved ones, and it helps us really develop self-love and also love to others. But this can also be applied when living in the big cities, because we can't deny that it is only in ourselves to show to ourselves and to other people the love and care that we have. So my advice for the foreign people who are looking for a retirement place to be here in the Philippines, I would say that it would be better to be in the province. Why? Because it's very peaceful and just easy going there. Like the life is very slow paced, and you are able to give yourself a very good peace of mind. You get to know more about yourself, know more about the people you love, and to those people around you. And can I just talk about the nature and the scenery there? Like it's absolutely breathtaking. However, that doesn't mean that it's all gonna be good things. Like just same with big cities, like it's good to be there, easy access to anywhere, and really up to preferences. So I would say I would choose the province more than the big cities.
So they really care about their health when it comes to hospitals. They want to know that they are safe in one place. In your preferences that you want to live in the province, do you think it's very convenient or accessible for you whenever your health is in risk or not?
No, because in the province there are very minimal like healthcare, minimal buildings in there. But it is also important to take note that healthcare is also upon ourselves. Like we don't like it's not always about the hospitals. We don't have to rely on it. And in the province there's many foods that we can eat to take good care of ourselves. And in terms of healthcare and hospitals, when you live in the province, I could say that there's lesser places to, admit yourself whenever you're sick. But it's also important to take note that we have to look out for ourselves as well, like in terms of our diet, the foods we take, the places we are in. And in the province, it can really help lessen those risk of sickness because there's a lot of like, let's just say healthy foods in the province, and the places there it's not polluted, there's a lot of fresh air, and I think that it's the first thing we need to take in mind is to take care of ourselves. But I'm not saying it's impossible to get sickness, but it's also important to know our health.
I think it's really, really important, guys, to really take care of ourselves. Either we are living in the big city or we are living in the province, because what matters the most is that how we take care of ourselves. Because that is one thing that I could really give advice when it comes to our healthiness. Okay, so we have another guest, guys. So today I am with Lyle again, and then I'll be asking the same question, of course, so that we can get ideas from different perspectives. So when we say about changes, what is the changes that you have noticed in the Philippines for the past years?
The first thing that I noticed here in the Philippines is that the modern era is adapting to us. So, meaning of modern era is that many technologies have been discovered around the world, and the Philippines is adapting to it. So, if we're going to talk about changes, so probably the technologies has been changing. Some like from before the headset are wired, and now is that usually people buy wireless headsets, and even the cameras have better quality nowadays. And I think so far the biggest changes in the Philippines is about technology. I think.
Since you have mentioned about technology, do you think it could actually affect the people closeness or like the bond together? Because people been using phones all the time, and that means that when they walk in the malls or when they are in the malls, it's not really same as before that the Filipinos will smile when they pass by each other. So yeah, what can you say about it? Does it happen nowadays where people become so focused on their phones, and then they never, you know, they never make a bond together with other people?
To answer that question, as a family-oriented person, I'm very disappointed with some children who are using gadgets while their parents or grandparents is around. For me, as a grandson to my lola and lolo, or my grandpa or grandma, I usually spend time with them if they are here in the city or at my house. Why? Because they have so much little time here in Earth, in the planet, and you are wasting your time on a technology that is being ruining your life. So as far as early as now, if you're that kind of person who spends around with your phones or the gadgets all the time, you're gonna regret it because your grandma, your grandpa, even your parents is not immortal. So if you have the luxury to spend time with them, then spend time with them because you're gonna regret it after something bad will happen. Even me today, there was a kid in the mall. Her grandparents was around in a fast food restaurant, and then she was just using her phone. They're not even talking. So I think that girl will probably regret her decisions. I'm not spending time with their grandparents.
So as the technology evolves, do you think with those changes that you have noticed, do you think Philippines is still ideal place to live or to retire for foreigners?
If you're gonna plan to retire and stay here in the Philippines, well, technology is evolving. So there's no changes to the Philippines if ever technology is gonna evolve. So if you wanna retire and come to the Philippines, why not? The more the advanced the technology, the more that technology can help us. Like technologies in the hospital. So the more advanced the technologies in the hospital, the more the percentage that you can be cured by illnesses. But if you're gonna abuse technology, of course, you're also gonna ruin your life because technology is not that bad if you're not gonna abuse it. That's my opinion about it naman.
Okay, so you talk about hospitals. Do you think we have best doctors here? Because foreigners somehow they are very curious and interested to know about the healthcare in the Philippines. So they want to make sure that once they transfer to one place coming here to the Philippines, they want to make sure that we have good facilities like healthcare. They want themselves to be cured once they are sick. Do you think we have those best doctors, hospitals, facilities here in the Philippines?
I know there are a lot of great doctors here in the Philippines. You could say that some doctors, some really good doctors will transfer to another place because they know their worth. But there are still Filipino doctors who wants to help the community to be safe. So if we're gonna talk about hospitals, I think the hospitals here in the Philippines is also evolving if the world is also evolving, I guess. If we're gonna talk about if you're safe, for me, living a healthy lifestyle is always the best answer to that. If you have a good lifestyle, then you're not prone to illnesses. But if ever you're not that healthy, then you could still stay here. It's just that not all illnesses can be cured in this country. There are some technologies that cannot handle or some doctors are not good at that area.
Now, moving forward, let's talk about a little about the inflation in the Philippines. Since we have talked about the healthcare here, the changes, of course. So they said that Philippines is getting expensive. So for others, it's really not good for them, especially they want to live here in the Philippines for that purpose because here, from what others say, it's lower than their country. With inflation right now that everything is rising up, do you think this will even get worse? Like what I mean by worse is that the prices of everything in general will rise and then it will be the same in their country. Do you think after 10 years from now, 5 years from now, it will get higher and higher?
If you want to retire here and you're worried about inflation, so 10 years from now, I do hope the government will find ways to make the prices low. So if you want to retire here, why not? It's not that expensive for everyone, but it's getting pricey, of course. Inflation is not only here in the Philippines but all around the world because of this crisis. Wars has been occurring, so that's maybe one of the reasons why inflation is getting worse. So if ever 10 years from now, if the Philippines is not a bad place to retire, it's just that many things would be more expensive. But us as a Filipino, we do find ways. Even though we are poor, we always keep our smiling, bright face with challenges in life. And we can just grow vegetables. Like vegetables can be grown in the mountains, and we'll just pick them up, and that's where we're gonna eat. If the prices are gonna go up, so just keep fighting, I guess, in life.
Okay, so I really like that answer because even though Filipinos, even if they struggle so much in life, they remain that smiling face, which actually makes us more unique because they like it so much. They said that the attitude of Filipinos, even though they're struggling in life, we remain that person who smiles and face that challenges with a bright smile. So the final question for you, Lyle, is that province or city? Which place is the best for you?
So if you're new here in the Philippines, if you wanna retire that fast, you can't buy a land here in the Philippines if you are a foreign person. Unless if you married a Filipino woman or a Filipino man, then you can buy land here in the Philippines. So for short, if you do have a wife or a husband here in the Philippines, then I would most likely say the province would be the best answer. Why? Because the province is not that expensive compared to the city life. And I'm also one of that person that living in the province. I am from the mountains in the province of Cebu. So as far as I was living there, life is pretty good. Why? Because you're connected to nature, and also you are not it's not too distracting like the city life, because here in the city pollution is everywhere, especially noise pollution. So if you don't like noise pollution, then go to a peaceful place like the mountains or near at the sea here in Cebu. But if you have still that um, youth, that youth of you that you want to still go party or partying, of course partying is good, but it's not for everyone. So if you still like the city life, well, you can also live at the city. It's more expensive compared to the province life, but if you can afford it, then why not? And to give you an advice, as far as I'm living here in the city, it's a fast-paced time here, so it's also very hot. So I would choose the province life for retirement to be at ease.
So really great answer. City or province. It depends on you guys, your preferences, as what Lyle said. If you have that kind of mindset to go to party every night, then why not? City is really the best place for you. But if you want to be connected more on nature and don't want to deal with crowded places, people, then province is the best option for you. So everyone, that would be end of our interview for today, and thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope that I will see you soon, guys, on the other vlog. And then if you have any content suggestions, just comment down there below, and please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that you would be updated on the next video. Bye!